Silly seasons. One day, Great Auntie Leaf took the investigator club to the fall festival at Friendly Farm. This is fabulous, said Dilly Gator. Fall is my favorite season. It's so cool and comfy outside. All the seasons are the same, said Chuck Wood. What's the difference? Well, Chuck, said Great Auntie Lou, I think you've just found your next investigation. So the investigators learned all about fall. There was so much to see and do. Dilly saw a squirrel collecting nuts. Bruno Busby saw a falling leaf. J.T. Gator picked a pumpkin. Rosalita Salsalita tasted apple pie. Chuck noticed the brown, orange, and yellow leaves. There was nothing like the green leaves he had seen in the spring and summer. What other things could the investigators see and do in the fall? Then Chuck heard a voice coming from inside the big pile of fall leaves. Who do you think it was? It was Manny Salamander. But something was wrong. How was Manny different from the other investigators? Look around, Manny. I think you forgot how to dress for fall, said Chuck. And you can't ride your snowboard. There's no snow on the ground. You're dressed for winter. Well, Manny, said Great Auntie Lou, the next season is winter. You're just a little bit early. We can investigate winter next. The investigators gathered together in City Square Park in the middle of winter. The weather was very cold and snowing, but there was still so much to see and do. Dilly saw a long icicle hanging in the playground. Bruno built a very big snowman. J.T. caught a snowflake on the end of his tongue. Chuck got lots of exercise sliding around on his skis. And Manny finally got to ride his snowboard in the snow. Manny loved the cold wind on his face and the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh sound he made in the snow. What other things could the investigators see and do in the winter? Suddenly, Bruno heard a voice coming from behind the snowman. Who do you think it was? It was Rosalita, but something was wrong. How was Rosalita different from the other investigators? Look around, Rosalita. I think you forgot how to dress for winter, said Bruno. And you can't work in the garden. Most plants don't grow in the winter. Uh, oops, said Rosalita. You're right. I dress for spring, not winter. Well, Rosalita, said Great Auntie Lou, the next season is spring. It's just a little bit early. We can investigate spring next. The investigators gathered together in the City Square neighborhood garden in the middle of spring. The weather was warm and rainy, but there was still so much to see and do. Dilly saw a beautiful rainbow in the sky. Bruno caught a raindrop in his hand. Chuck made a big splash in the water puddle. Manny saw a colorful butterfly sitting on a flower. And Rosalita finally got to work in the garden. She dug in the cool dirt and planted all kinds of seeds. She knew that the rain would help her plants grow big and strong. What other things could the investigators see and do in the spring? Suddenly, Dilly heard a voice coming from behind the vines. Who do you think it was? It was JT. Something was wrong. How was JT different from the other investigators? Look around, JT. I think you forgot how to dress for spring, said Dilly. And you can't wear shorts and make sandcastles now. You'll get soaked. Oops, said JT. You're right. I dress for summer, not spring. Well, JT, said Great Auntie Lou, the next season is summer. You're just a little bit early. We can investigate summer next. The investigators gathered together at Triangle Beach in the middle of summer. The weather was hot and sunny, and there was so much to see and do. Dilly took a close look at a crab walking on the beach. Bruno made sure that everyone put on sunscreen. Chuck splished and splashed in the ocean waves. Manny started a seashell collection. Rosalita looked for treasures in the sand. And JT finally got to build a sandcastle with his shovel and pail. He used lots of sand and a little water to make his castle strong. What other things could the investigators see and do in the summer? Suddenly, all the investigators heard a voice coming from behind JT's sandcastle. Who do you think it was? It was Great Auntie Lou. Was she dressed the same as or different from the investigators? Look around, Great Auntie Lou. You remembered how to dress for summer, said JT. And you brought us lemonade. That's right, said Great Auntie Lou. Investigating is thirsty work. I guess I was wrong, said Chuck. The four seasons are different after all, but there's always something new to investigate. Like ice cold lemonade. Yummy. The end.